going? This is Amanda from Amanda Around the Globe, and I am in Sydney today. I'm so excited. I've moved to Sydney. I'm very excited to be here because it's actually warm and sunny, unlike Melbourne. I really love the warmth and the sun. I just thrive in warm weather. I've already been to some of the beaches. It's beautiful. I love it. So today I wanted to do a life update video because you guys have been asking me about this since I was in Melbourne. I guess a lot of people were surprised. Like basically since I've been in Australia, I've moved from Melbourne to Perth, back to Melbourne to Sydney, and everyone's wondering like what's going on. So I'm gonna tell you guys today what's going on. I don't know if I made a video about why I left Perth, but when I was in Perth, I was working in a coffee shop. I loved that job. Probably my favorite job in Australia so far, and it was just so much fun. I really loved working there. I really liked Perth a lot, to be honest. I know a lot of people aren't that impressed with it, but I had a great time there. I had a good job. I really loved going to the beach. Like, it was just a really good situation, but I left because I was working at the coffee shop so much, and I was also trying to work on my YouTube videos and my website and my writing jobs, and it all got to be way too much. I was getting really stressed out. So basically from Perth, I took a few weeks off, I quit my job at the coffee shop. I went to Bali for a few weeks, and then I met up with my friend Ali in Kuala Lumpur, which you guys saw, and then I came back to Australia and I moved to Melbourne. And I went to Melbourne actually because I had to buy a plane ticket, a return ticket, when I left to go to Bali, and I just bought one to Melbourne thinking that I would return it, and I actually missed the cutoff time to return it, so I kind of had to go back to Melbourne. And I wasn't really planning on staying there that long. I was actually planning on going from Melbourne up north, but I ended up kind of deciding to stay there and do all the things that I didn't do. But then when I was there for a few months, I was having a really hard time finding work. I was just doing a lot of casual promo work, just really random stuff, but it wasn't really paying my bills. I was getting a little bit stressed out. I was in, I don't really want to go into too much detail about this, but I was in a really bad living situation with my housemate there, and I basically just needed to get out of that. My housemate ended up moving out, and then I couldn't afford to pay the rent on my own, and my landlord told me that I wasn't allowed to get a new tenant without her approval. So basically what happened is I told her I'm gonna have to move out, and when I thought about that, I realized I don't really need to stay in Melbourne. I've already been here before. I know the city. I've been out to eat at all the vegan restaurants. I've done most of the things I want to do. So I told my landlord, you know what, I'll just give you my notice and I am going to move somewhere else. So gave her my notice, and then I went. I was planning on still doing my road trip up north, kind of making cairns, however you want to say it. In an American accent, I'd say cairns, but I know the Australians prefer us to say it in an Australian accent, so I could call it cans. Anyways, I was gonna go up north and end up staying up there where it's a little bit more warm and tropical, but one day I was on Facebook, and I'm in quite a few Facebook groups of like backpacking jobs, and I came across an ad for an au pair in Sydney, and I kind of thought, you know, like, this sounds interesting. I've never been an au pair before, but it seems like it could be really fun. I know a few people who have done it, and it seems really cool. So I emailed this woman and I asked her like more about the job, and it seemed like a good setup, and so I told myself, you know, like, I'll see where this goes, and if it works out then I'll go do it, and if it doesn't work out then I'll just keep going north. I'll go to Sydney for a couple weeks, check it out, and then move on. Anyways, I'm really glad that it worked out. Obviously it worked out because now I'm in Sydney and I'm an au pair. And FYI, a lot of people I guess don't know what an au pair is. It's like a live-in nanny. So I live here. This is my lovely room that I'm sitting in. So I'm living here. I get room and board included in my pay, and then I also get paid on top of that. So it's actually a really good deal for me because I work in the morning and the afternoon. I get the kids ready for school, and then I have the whole day while they're at school to myself to make YouTube videos and write on my website and do my freelance writing. So yeah, the whole situation's working out really well, and then I have weekends off to do some exploring around Sydney. So that's where my life is going right now. I have a lot of very exciting travel plans coming up. So I don't know if I've mentioned in a video, I've mentioned it on Instagram a couple of times, but I am going back home to Northern California in August because my sister is getting married. She's not getting married in August, she's getting married next year, but she's starting the wedding things this year and I really want to be a part of that, so I'm going to go home for a couple of weeks in August, and before that I'll be in Sydney for 2 months and then I'll go up to Cairns still because I really want to see the Great Barrier Reef, and I might work up there for a month because I have a month between leaving Sydney and the time I go back to home. But after looking at flights, I've realized that it's actually less expensive to get a flight from Cairns to Hawaii and then get a flight from Hawaii to Northern California. So I'm going to Hawaii. I'm so excited. I've actually been trying to fit Hawaii into my travel plans for like the last year pretty much. I've really been craving going to Hawaii. I've been there once before. I went to Kauai maybe like 3-4 years ago now. It was quite a while ago. And I just love Hawaii. I love the vibe there. I'd really like to live there someday. I probably will. So anyways, upcoming travel plans include Hawaii, Northern California, like San Francisco, wine country, and then I'm hoping, depending on money, I'll go to Mexico and Cuba after I go home, and then I'm hoping to apply for the working visa in New Zealand and go for the wine season in New Zealand. So that would start in October, and I've already been reaching out to people about working at the wineries. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think that will be quite a few awesome places that I'll be going to this year, and that's what's going on with me. So yeah, everything is all good. I'm very excited to be in Sydney. Like, I think I've said that like 50 times now, but to be honest, I really love this city. Like, I could see myself living here for quite a long time. That won't happen this time around because I already have plans to do all my other stuff, but I think Sydney is already in my list of top 5 probably favorite cities in the world that I've been to. Like, I just really love it. Melbourne is amazing. I love Melbourne too, but the weather there just really takes a toll on me. I'm very sensitive to the weather, and yeah, so Sydney's a good place to be for me. So yeah, I am doing well. I got my Fitbit back on. I'm trying to get into shape again. I've been walking a lot on the trails in Sydney. There's a lot of coastal walks. Yeah, I'm just really happy to be here. I'm really happy. Like, I just feel a lot happier than I have in quite a while, so I think it's all good. Yeah, so that's basically where my life is right now. I hope you guys like this video, and if you guys have any video suggestions, leave them in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you guys are having a good day, and bye! Bye!